everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending today's CFE community yoga session with Laura Nunn. We're thrilled to have you all with us. I'm sure everyone's really familiar with Zoom etiquette at this point, but remember to mute your microphones throughout the class. And the class itself will run about 45 minutes. You're welcome to turn off your video or keep it on, whatever's most comfortable for you. But the call is being recorded and will be available on our website early next week. So whatever you feel comfortable doing is fine with us. So let's get into it. Our instructor today is Ms. Laura Nunn. Laura's finishing her 10th year teaching in CPS. She's currently a reading interventionist at Henry Elementary. She's also a member of the CFE Auxiliary Board, which is our organization's junior board. She's been a very active member with us and has done a lot to help us in the few months that she's participated. She's also a 2017 CFE Fund for Teachers Fellow. She traveled to Greece and has an amazing, amazing story if anybody is ever interested in reaching out and chatting with her about it. And she was honored by Busy Phillips this past year as one of her 2019 10 featured teachers, which was incredible. So if you want to find her on Instagram, she has amazing photos of her with huge amounts of Amazon boxes behind her, and it's just amazing. It's a lovely, lovely thing. Laura originally turned to yoga as a way to control her asthma and bring balance into her life. She's a lead instructor at a Chicago yoga studio where she teaches regularly and leads certification programs. So Laura, I will toss it over to you.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming. Before we get started, I have a couple of things to help you have a more enjoyable class. So if you look on the chat button there, I linked 2 playlists. I find that not everyone loves to practice with music, but for me, having some kind of soothing music on in the background helps me cancel out other distractions and focus more on where I am. So I linked 2. One is a Spotify playlist that I recommend, but it only works if you have Spotify. So if you don't, I also linked a YouTube playlist. This one is not mine. I just typed in chill yoga playlist on YouTube just to help you pull yourself into the moment. And if you have your own music you'd rather play, I recommend that. And we're gonna get started in a tall, comfortable seat. So make your way to your mat and I'll join you there in a moment. And sit up tall through your spine. You can start your playlist whenever you choose to. I recommend starting on your phone so you have it nearby you. You can also skip through any song that doesn't necessarily resonate with you. I put about an hour and a half of music on it. Think about perhaps dimming your lights or finding a way to close off the outside world, which paradoxically might actually mean going outside, just a way to get away from your watch, from your phone. And as you're here in your comfortable seat, let your eyes flutter close. Pull your shoulders back slightly so they stack directly over your hips. Relax your shoulders down your back. And then draw the crown of your head up really high. Tuck your chin just a smidge. I'll take a moment to tune into your breath and notice how it is today without judgment. Notice just its texture and its quality. Bring your awareness to the count, to the cadence of your breath. And slowly here as you breathe, work to deepen your exhales so each exhale is longer than your previous inhale. So CFE has been doing these chats on Friday as a way to link our community despite this distance. And I wanted to talk a bit about yoga, especially in your quarantine routine, because as we know, yoga is wonderful for reducing anxiety, calming your nervous system. You can learn flexibility. What I found is it's really incredible how that metaphor of flexibility on the mat has transitioned into my ability to be flexible in challenging situations off my mat. And a lot of that comes from breath. It's your ability to slow down the world. Grounding down, for you yogis, it's your first chakra, and for the rest of us, it's Maslow's needs. You need to feel safe with where you are. And a lot of it too is just learning to honor your body and where it is today with the knowledge that everything else is going to come. Let's deepen our breath together. Take your longest possible inhale you can. Hold at the very, very top. And out through your nose, slowly exhale. Think more about how you feel rather than how you look. Know that wherever you are today is precisely where you're supposed to be. I'm going to join you here on my mat now. Since we do have so many yogis of all different years and stages of their practice, I'll be offering lots of variations and customizations. So remember that yoga is for everybody and every body. So no matter what feels good today, that's what's important. Just feel good. We're gonna bring in some slight movement here into your practice. So as you inhale, lift your arms up high overhead. Take your time. Use the entirety of your inhale to get up there. And once you do, activate your fingertips like you're holding little clementines almost. Bring your pinkies to face in and feel your biceps strong. And this is improving our posture and our back since we spend so much time hunched over during our day. Inhale, reach up really high. Exhale, half moon side bend, just down to one side of your mat. Doesn't really matter which one. We're just warming up our lungs and countering that hunched over posture. Pull your top shoulder back and then press lightly through your bottom fingertips. Use your inhale breath to rise. Inhale back up to center. There is positively no rush in getting there. And then exhale, half moon side bend, opposite side of your mat. Think about pulling your shoulders back as if you're leaning against someone or leaning against a wall. Inhale, fill back up, rise to center. And now, friends, this is your first vinyasa, your first flow, where you link your breath to your movement. So as you exhale, come over to the side. Move at your own pace. As you inhale, you fill up. And as you exhale, fall back down. And this is a great time to, again, dim your lights if you haven't already, to let your eyes come shut. Notice that there is no hurry. Whatever pace you're at now is perfect. And as you move, this is a good opportunity too to tune inward and see how your body feels today. Every day it's a little bit different. Maybe your hips need a little bit of love. If that's the case, try lifting up your hips as you come over to the side. And don't have to, just might feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then ditch it. Side to side. You can even begin to bring your arms back behind you in big circles, almost like camel pose, Ustrasana. All the while connecting with your breath. Try to find that moment of fluidity where you're constantly breathing and there's never a pause in between. Nice and slow. Feel every nuance. About one more cycle of breath. And inhale, reach your arms up high overhead. Find your really tall posture. And exhale your hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs to heart, heart to thumbs. Feel the pace of your breath against your thumbs. Slow it down. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale back through your nose. Leave your eyes closed or open them. Walk your hands out in front of you. Find a tabletop pose. I'll move to the side here. Well, so much about yoga is grounding down to find your foundation. So look down for a moment and check out your foundation. Bring your wrists right under your shoulders. Stack your glutes right over your knees. And then lengthen out through your spine so you feel long and strong. Inhale, cow pose. Lift your shoulders up and then lift your glutes up. Pull your belly button down. Turn your gaze up high. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Reverse the motion. Dome your back. Pull your belly button up through your spine. Well, this is your second vinyasa, your second time to link your breath to your movement. So begin to flow at your own pace. Move through cat and cow, and then all the while keep your gaze down to make sure that your wrists are still centered directly underneath your shoulders. That firm foundation sets you up to get even deeper into your back. And as always, your practice is your own. Think more about how you feel rather than how you look. It's a wonderful thing about practicing at home. No one knows. So if it feels good, You can start to swivel out your hips right and left. A little serpentine-like movement. About one more full cycle of breath. And come back into your tabletop pose. Inhale, shift forward, King Cobra. Press into your palms, bring your toes up so that one day, maybe not today for me, they'll touch your head behind you. Press into your palms really firmly, pull your shoulders back, shine your heart up and towards the top of your ceiling. Inhale. Very slowly, never pausing, move with your breath. Exhale, child's pose. Take your time in getting there. Here's our next vinyasa. Think about the speed of your inhale. So as you slowly breathe in, slowly come forward. Well, depending on your lung capacity, depending on how you slept, it's going to be different for everyone. Sink back on your exhale into your child's pose. The intention of this is just warming up our spine and then also linking our breaths to our movements for the first time. So think a lot about using every little vertebra, every little count of your breath. Take one more flow into your King Cobra. Maybe your toes touch this time. And then back into your child's pose. Well, child's pose is a wonderful place to come back to anytime during your practice. No matter what we may be doing, no matter what I say to do, you can just ignore me and press your third eye center down. You're still doing the yoga. You're winning. You look great. Inhale, shift back into your tabletop pose. Extend your right leg long behind you, just your right leg. Now dial your toes down so your heel is directly in line with your glutes. Press your back up slightly. We're focusing a lot on our upper back today, so it's almost a cat dome. You want your shoulders right in line with your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, modified side plank. Swing your right leg back. Press down through your right toes. Leave your left hand down, and then reach your right arm up high. Now you can take little movements with your arm if you like. You can bring it forward and back. You can also just leave it right where it is. To bring more breath and more movement into it, again, activate your fingertips by rotating your pinky finger in. It's like you're holding a little tennis ball. And I'll switch sides. You can see me a little bit. Reach up. Exhale, gate pose. Press down your foot and then slowly rise up. So your knee is still down. Press to the pinky side edge of your foot for more stability and lengthen up high through the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward and down toward your toes. And bring your focus to your back, to your spine. Rather than hunching forward, pull your body back. Send your top shoulder slightly back towards your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, back down to your mat, tabletop pose. Pull your knee in, knee to nose. Wake up your core for just a little bit. And that's enough core work. Bring it back down. Opposite side. This time your left leg. Extend your left leg out long behind you. And look behind you if you can. Check out your heel. Bring it right in line with your glute. And then activate your toes so your toes dial down. You can even see how it feels to point your toes. In doing that, you feel a little bit more like longer and more dancer-like. When your foot is flexed, you're working your core. Lengthen through your back. Inhale. Exhale, modified side plank. Bring your knee down, press to the side of your foot. Or reach your arm up high. Stack your shoulders. If you like that movement in your arms, go ahead and take it, just warming up your back. And then check in with your breath. It's really easy to lose it. Use the entirety of your inhale. Use the entirety of your exhale. Use the entirety of your inhale, gate pose, rise up. On exhale, hinge down towards the side of your foot. Once again, press into the pinky side edge of your foot. And then hinge your foot so your toes are right in line with your heels. That you're getting more of your lateral muscles. Find Tadasana in your upper body so your shoulders are in line with your hips. Inhale. Exhale, spin your hands down, pull your knee into your chest. Last little bit of core for this series. And then release it down. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Nice mouthful there, tongue twister. So check out the shape of your down dog. Ideally, you want a really, really, really pointy A shape, a capital A, like an alligator, I tell my students. Lift your hips up and back. Bring your focus to the back of your heels. Ideally, your heels should be planted down. If they're not now, that's A-okay, we just started. One of the cool things about yoga is that the more you do it and the more you come back to down dog, which we will a lot in class, each time you're here, you get a little bit looser. It's that instant gratification. It's pretty cool. Sink into it. Press into all 10 of your fingertips. Feel your biceps rotate externally. So your right bicep goes out to the right. Your left bicep goes out to the left. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale as slowly as you can. Forward fold. Step to the front of your space. Hinge heavy. You can grab for opposite elbows. You can put your hands behind the nape of your neck. Then bring your toes to touch, sliver of space in between your heels, very, very slowly. Inhale, rise up. Take your time, as if a string were pulling you up right at the nape of your neck. Feel every vertebra unwind. Make your inhale as long as it possibly can be, working to slow our heart rate. Then bring your thumbs to heart center, non-doing mudra. If you have an intention for class, if you practice with one, it could be a mantra, it could be a word, a phrase, a person, a body part, bring it to your mind. You don't have one, that's okay. Just feel your breath against your thumbs and your thumbs against your breath. Feel grounded in that. Let your breath guide you. Wherever you are today is precisely where you're supposed to be. You're doing great. Take an inhale. Let it go, exhale. Let's start our sun A. Open up your eyes. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up, biceps in line with your ears. Now face the front of your space of your mat and just turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. Tuck your tailbone under so you're dialing your pelvic bowl up. Pull your shoulders back so they're in line with your hips, and then lengthen up through the crown of your head. We're going to open up onto our right side first, as our ascending colon is there. So inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Now as you open up, think about keeping your shoulders and your hips facing forward still. It's a vertical twist, not a horizontal twist. So you're staying on one vertical plane. Pull your arms apart in opposition and press down through your feet for more stability. Opposite side, inhale, fill all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, open arm twist, and your right arm back, left arm forward. Again, keep your hips centered. Keep your shoulders centered. Inhale, rise back up high to center, Tadasana. And then very, very slowly, exhale, chair with airplane arms, or chair plane. That's a fun pun. Sink low into your glutes. Pull your arms back behind you and sweep them up. Get that dialing rotation in your fingertips here. It activates your biceps. Sink low so your back is flat rather than domed in. Pull your shoulders back. Inhale, Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Reach all the way up. This time, if you want a back bend, feel free to take it. If you don't want a back bend, don't take it. You can also always come back down to child's pose and just breathe. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold as slowly as you can so your back moves and you feel every vertebra. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide your palms up your shins. And try to find that flat back so your shoulders are directly in line with your hips. Turn your gaze down so your neck's an extension of your spine. If this doesn't feel good, you can rest your weight on some blocks. I happen to have these wooden ones. You can use coffee cups, soup cans. You can use your puppy. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Put your palms and step back. We won't hold this for long. It's not super fun. Shift forward slightly so the backs of your heels are in line with your toes. And then dome your back rather than bringing your shoulders down. Press the ground to where it really smells. Inhale. Hinge forward 2 inches. Exhale, high to mid-plank, chaturanga dandasana. Hover at the bottom or come to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Touch your toes. Pull your shoulders back. On exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Bigger breath out. All right, love, that's our Sunday. We're going to take it twice. 1 breath, 1 movement. My words are just a guide. You can add, subtract, go faster or slower. Let's do it. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana, fill up. Exhale, open arm twist to your right. Inhale, Tadasana, back up high. Exhale, open arm twist to your left. Inhale, Tadasana, rise up. Exhale, chair with airplane arms, sink low, pull your arms back. Inhale, Tadasana, standing mountain back bend if you want it. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, height to mid-plank. Again, this doesn't suit you. You can come to your knees to work on building tricep strength. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, 1 more time. Inhale. Bend out, exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep up. Exhale, open arm twist to your right. Inhale, fill back up high. Exhale, open arm twist to your left. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. This time, if you'd like to add on, you can take diver's pose. So diver's pose starts with drinking bird. For that, you just come onto your tootsies, lift your heels, squeeze your quads together. And then diver's pose, imagine you're on a diving board, straighten your legs, and send your arms all the way back. Gaze past your diving board onto the floor. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to mid-plank. You can also just skip it by holding a plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a long, deep inhale, please. Longer, deeper exhale. I'm going to start our Sun B. We always go nice and slow first to learn the poses before we flow it. Inhale, lift your right leg high, and then pause. If it feels good, you can open up your hips by turning your hips down. You can even bring your heel towards your glute. Open up this horizontal side of your body. And then when you're ready, inhale, 3-leg down dog kick. Drop your hips in one line. So your left hip should go up. Your right hip goes down, so your butt is flat on top. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, step through. And we're starting with warrior 1, which is kind of a tricky one. So bring your knee in line with your heel, and then behind you, scoop your back foot in about a foot. Angle your back toes, those are your left toes, so they point towards the front left-hand corner of your mat. It's a 45-degree angle. And then rise up, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Now think about your pelvis here. If the points of your pelvis were the headlights on a car, you want those headlights to go directly towards the wall in front of you rather than out to the side. So rev your hips, rev. So your hips point forward. Sink low into your knee, press into your back foot. Inhale your arms up high if it feels good. If it doesn't, keep them here. That's cool too. You're still a warrior. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arms, just like you did before in our Sun A. So think about the angle of your body. You should have one line of energy from your back heel all the way up and out to the crown of your head. Pull your shoulders back behind you. Inhale, warrior 1, reach back up. Now we're gonna move into airplane pose, Dakasana. So to get there, first let's do a little muscle drill. Inhale, and then exhale, just lift up a bit. And back down, inhale. Exhale, lift a bit. Inhale, this time's for keeps. Exhale, Dakasana, airplane pose, shift forward. Take your time as you pendulum your body down. Now there is no rush. Ideally, your heel should be directly in line with your bum, just like you did when we were in tabletop. Dial your tootsies down. Inhale, chair pose, sink low, reach your arms up high. Exhale, open arm twist to your right. Send your right arm back, left arm forward. Pull your shoulders apart. Think about keeping your body aimed forward. You're on that plane still, rather than opening up this way. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, half moon side bend to your right. You might want to grab for your left wrist. Also just pull your right arm down. Inhale, fill that up high. Exhale, forward fold, send everything down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or you can just skip it and go right back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left side, same thing. Inhale your left leg high. And then you can bend out your hips if you'd like. Bring your heel in. You can even flip your dog if you have the space. Go for a wild thing, go to wheel pose. And then inhale your left leg back up high. Dial your hips down. Dial your tootsies down. And then lengthen out through your top leg so your hip and your glute are straight. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Okay, into warrior one. So your front knee is bent in. And then your back foot, bring it up a smidge. Look at your back foot. It should be at a 45-degree angle. And then point it towards the front left hand or right hand corner for you. Right foot at the front right hand corner of your mat. Press firmly into your hands. And then think about your hips here. Dial them forward as if they were the headlights on a car. You want your hips pointing directly forward. You bring your arms up high overhead. You can fix your hair. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arms hinge forward and back. This is building so much spine stability. The stability here comes from your feet. So press into your big toe on your right foot, and then press into your big toe on your left foot. Keep your back completely straight. Inhale, warrior one, reach back up. When here it comes, airplane pose, Dakasana. Start with some little baby movement. So just a little lift. Inhale. A little lift. Think about your exhale as like a propeller that has so much power to shoot you up. This one's for keeps. Airplane pose, Dakasana. Shift forward and back. Pendulum your body. And then dial your back toes, those are your right toes, down. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Touch the ground with your fingertips to make sure you're low enough. Exhale, vertical twist left. Send your left arm back, right arm forward. Well, this is called vertical twist because, again, your body stays facing forward, that vertical plane, rather than opening up to the horizontal plane. So as your arm goes back, keep your heart facing forward. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, side bend to your left. So you can pull down through your elbow. You can stretch through your fingers. You can also grab for your wrist. Inhale, back up high. Exhale, forward fold, bring it all down. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid plank. Again, you can skip by just holding your plank, or you can go right back to down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, we're gonna flow our sun B. One breath, one movement. Take your time, go slowly. The more firm you are in your feet, the easier it is to rise up. Right side first. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one, arms come high. Exhale, airplane arms, send them back. Inhale, warrior one. Right into it, Takasana, airplane pose. Inhale, chair pose, reach up. Exhale, vertical twist to your right. Inhale, rise up, grab for your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, fill back up. Exhale, forward fold. Feel every bit of your spine. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Squeeze your elbows into your side as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Fill up. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, Dakasana, airplane pose. Shift forward, take your time. Slower is stronger. Inhale, chair pose, rise up. Exhale, vertical twist left. Inhale, back up high. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe as loudly as you'd like. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid, or again, just hold your plank. Just meet in down dog and skip it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time through, friends. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one, sweep up. Exhale, back into airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, Dakasana, airplane pose. Inhale, chair pose, drop it low. Exhale, vertical twist right. Inhale, Tadasana, fill up. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, back up high. Exhale, forward fold, take your time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, last side. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one, press through your back foot. Exhale, airplane arms, pinkies up. Inhale, warrior one, use your whole inhale to get there. Exhale, airplane, one breath, one movement. Inhale, chair pose, slow it down. Exhale, vertical twist left. Inhale, reach back up high. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, fill back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, come through to a seat. Get some water, towel off. I know I'm a little sweaty. All right, we have some fun balances coming up next and some twists. And a great way to prep ourselves for balance and twists is core. So we have a teeny little bit of core work. You can always come to just a comfortable seat like we did at the beginning of class and stay here for core. I often do that when I take class. Even if I take some like really high impact cardio boxing, I'll just be chilling in the middle of the room with my breath work. And it's really fine because if you think about it, you're still moving your bones. Your spine, your ribs, your sternum, they're all connected. So when you're breathing, you're moving your bones. It's great. So if you'd like to stay here, otherwise come on to your back. You have 3 core exercises. First one is Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. So kiss the soles of your feet to touch, so your legs are open wide to a diamond, and then place your knees down. Bring your hands behind the nape of your neck, and then the most important part here is to pull your tailbone down. So see how I can put my hand underneath the small of my back? That's not good. Bring your belly button down. It's like you're buttoning your belly button. down to the mat. Bring your hands behind the nape of your neck. Look up, find one spot on the ceiling. You love it. Exhale, kiss that spot on the ceiling. Shh. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Shh. Yep, your breath again is going to help you. Shh. It's like a jet engine. Shh. To propel you up even higher. And you might feel silly breathing so loudly, but the louder you breathe, the more you work your core. And also, shh, we're at home, who cares? Shh. We're gonna hold it up high in 4. Shh. Find that spot on the ceiling, then boop it with your nose. Boop. Hold up high in 2. Boop. And then hold up high in 1. Baby boops. Boop, boop, boop. Touch that spot on the ceiling before. Shh. 3, shh, 2, shh. 1. Good job. 1/3 of the way done. If any kids are watching, that's a fraction. Pull your knees in. Second pose, yogi bicycles. Now a little bit more math for the kids here. You need 3 90-degree angles. So one is at your feet. Your toes should be up to make a 90-degree bend. That works your lower abdominals. It's better than pointing. Your next 90-degree bend is here at your knees, so underneath you. And the last one's here at your hips. Now what you often see in bicycles and core work is the knee comes up here. Imagine there's a brick wall right here, guys, and your knees cannot come past your hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over to the right side. Bring your elbow to touch your knee. If you want to extend your opposite leg, you may. If that knee came up, bring it back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Shh. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Shh. You just have 4. Shh. 3. Shh. 2. Shh. 1. Shh. Stretch out long once more. One more little bit of core, and we're on our mat, so if you just want to lay here, do it. You still made it to your mat, you're still doing yoga. Last exercise, rock and roll your way up. I like 3 rocks and rolls. It feels good on my spine. You want to take plow pose on the way up there. You may, if you're thinking, what is plow pose? I know, right? Press down through your tootsies to start. Pull your shoulders back. Now you can lift your legs up if you want, but what the most important part is that you decrease this angle in between your collarbones and your knees. So if your knees are up, awesome, but if you feel this, pull your body back up. Really, this is a super hard workout, and I'm sweating just talking and doing this. You have 3, you have 2, and you have 1. Plant your palms, step back, optional chaturanga, or just come back into your downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to revisit our Sun B just a smidge for a Sun B plus, bringing in some balances and some twists, but we'll also cool down as part of it. Right side first. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 1. Make it your deepest and strongest warrior yet. Think about, fun fact, in the mythology of this pose, they're holding a sword in their hands. Cool, right? So hold a sword in your hands if you like that visual. Inhale. Exhale, right into airplane pose, Takasana, shift forward and back. Feel how strong your body is now, and that change, and how this feels different than that first Takasana. Isn't it cool? Press through your bottom foot. Inhale, 1 leg Tadasana. Your back leg comes up right in front of your body. Now, if you need to relax your foot on the ground for a moment, go ahead, it's fine. And if your stability feels a little bit wonky, it's all right, we're not flamingos, it's normal. What I'm doing here is wiggling my big toe directly underneath my belly button, directly underneath my heart, so that way I'm grounded down. So press down your big toe, and then your lifted leg for the 1 leg Tadasana, pull that up, and then just like in core, get those 90-degree bends, because that will help you be stronger and more stabilized. Reach your arms up high, or you can just touch your toes down. Inhale. Exhale, eagle pose, Garudasana. Okay, so your leg that's up, it's going to wrap around your legs. And if you just wanted to touch the ground like that, and a little bit of a toe stand, that's great too. Whatever leg you have on top, in case your rights or lefts have gotten different than everyone else, that's fine. Whatever leg is on top, that's the arm you're gonna work with. So you bring that arm underneath and twist. Cross at the elbows, twist at the wrists. Now you're an eagle. If this doesn't feel good, go for a big hug. I prefer that actually. So I bring the same arm underneath, and then behind, you just hook your fingertips to your shoulder blades. We're just gonna hold it for one more breath. I know you've been here for a while. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Sink back to crescent with airplane arms. Inhale, exalted warrior. This is my favorite pose. Open up over your bent knee. Send your back arm behind you to touch on the top of your thigh. Send your front arm up and around. So turn to face your bent knee. Yeah. And then bring your gaze back. So you're looking at the window, and well, my window. You're looking back at your shoulders. Rotate your pinkies up. Inhale. Exhale, Prasarita Konasana. Cool it down. Spin around. And send your weight forward. Standing straddle bend. So if you're just hanging out here, awesome. This is an inversion, so your head's below your heart. If you want some changes here, if you'd like your head to touch the mat and it's not, then widen out your stance. The wider your stance, easier it is to touch the mat. If your head is down and you want more of a challenge, shorten your stance. If headstands are in your practice, feel free to go on up. You can also go side to side to get deep bends in your spine. I think that feels wonderful. This is that point where you can do what feels best in your body. If you are into inversion, stag pose is very accessible from here. Just plant your forearms down. Then gaze to your right foot. That's where you're going. Then into your right leg, runner's lunge. Drop your left knee down. Bend your right knee. And again, find that firm foundation. Rock your knee forward so it's right over your heel, 90-degree bend. And then press your hands down. Rather than relaxing your shoulders into that W, press the ground away slightly. So many different variations here. This pose itself is challenging, it's beneficial, it's the yoga. But if you would like to move on to something else, because again, every body and everybody is different, you can come to your forearms. Just be mindful that your right foot still stays down on the mat. You'll feel this more in your hamstrings and right in this really deep part of your inner thigh. If you are craving an inversion, this is a time that you could move to put your arm under and go into hurdler's pose, go into a side crow. Just watch out for your cat, watch out for your bookshelf. And then inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, half pigeon, Ekapada Rajakopatasana. How about that Sanskrit, huh? And then come down. Okay, so we're cooling down the right side of our body. You can absolutely stay right here. You can use your blocks. You can use your coffee cups for support. If you would like to move into sleeping pigeon, rock your body forward so your weight comes down and your third eye center presses onto something. You can leave your hands in front of you as a little pillow if that feels good. Or stay up in your active lunge. What's important is that you have some other point of contact besides your hips. So if you stay up and your hands have that contact, that's great because you can get it in your hips. If you come down, then use your third eye center as that point of contact. Check back in with your breath. Long, slow, deep in. Long, slow, deep out. In through your nose. and back out through your nose. Last pose is on this side. Send your back leg, so that's your left leg, around to the side. So your leg is out in the ankle. Inhale your arms up, like around a trapeze, and then pivot your body to face your knee on your left leg. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, Janu Sirsasana, hinge forward and then down. Check out your back. It should be as flat and long as possible. We're trying to avoid that computer punch. So rather than finding a cat pose, instead think more of a cow. Left shoulder, rather your right shoulder down, and then your left shoulder back. Maybe your third eye center touches your knee. Sent to rev up your pituitary gland and your metabolism. Inhale, rise back up. Another really juicy, fun pose, but sometimes lefts and rights get a little bit tricky. Relax your right hand behind you. Inhale, stargazer pose. Keep your left leg out, and then bring your left arm behind you. Right hand is down. Turn your heart up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, release it down. Bring your leg back around behind you into half pigeon. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And then exhale, release it. All right, friends, same thing on the left side, getting those balances in, and then cooling down our body. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one, deep breath. Exhale, right into airplane pose. Pendulum down, take your time. There's positively no hurry. Inhale, one leg Tadasana. Your right leg comes up. Keep your left leg down. Take your time. You can bend your standing leg. That lowers your center of gravity, so it's easier to balance. Keep your right leg bent. Then find those 90-degree bends again. One's at your knee, one's at your foot, one's at your hip. If you notice that one hip is up, drop that hip down so your hips are in one line. So now, since we're on the left side, your right leg is up. So bring your right leg around, Garudasana, eagle pose. And you want your toe to go back behind your calf. If it's not there today, just point it that way, and then one day it will go there. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, Garudasana in your arms. Bring your right arm under your left, cross at your elbows, twist at your wrists. I'll do that again. In, cross at your elbows, twist at your wrists. Then from the side, check out where your elbows are. Lift them up so your elbows are in line with your shoulders. If you'd rather go for that bear hug, I prefer it. It feels really good in my back. Take your fingers and grab behind you and then pull your back forward. No matter where you are, press down through your big toe for stability. Make your back flat, as if you're laying against a wall. Slowly unwind, inhale. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms, step back. Now crescent lunge, your back foot is activated like you're wearing a stiletto. So lift your back heel over the pad of your foot. It's totally up and erect rather than being down like it was in Warrior One. Tuck your tailbone under just slightly. Inhale, exalted warrior. Bring your back arm, it's your left arm right now, back onto your leg. And then lift your right arm up to the side so you're opening up over your bent leg. Stretch through with your fingertips, pull your shoulders back, no matter where you are. Just breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, spin around, and then send your body down. I'll turn around here so I'm not facing you the other way. So this is your second time in Prasarita Padottanasana, so maybe do something different than you did the first time, or maybe do the exact same thing you did the first time, that's fine. Press into the sides of your feet. The more you press into your pinky toe side, the stronger the backs of your legs and your lateral muscles will feel. Send your weight forward. And then trust yourself to go maybe a little bit deeper, lifting up off your heels for just a millisecond. And we're on our left side, so turn to face your left knee. That's where you're going. Runner's lunge as you release. Cool it all down. Dome your back a smidge. Relax into your hands. You can come to your forearms if it feels good. You can press down your left knee. You can also put your weight on coffee cups again or on those books. Now, if you would like an inversion, maybe hurdler's pose, lizard pose, if that's in your practice, go ahead, hinge forward and up. No need to do anything though, especially at home. You might have a bookshelf in the way. One more breath here. Press into your foot. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon, Ekapada Rajakopatasana. Put your left foot by your right wrist. Now look down in front of you. You can either bring your heel in line with your knee so you have that straight line, or you can bring your heel right in line with your groin if that feels better. Now here we have an active half pigeon. This is a great stretch in your hips. Stay here. Or if you feel comfortable, send your weight down, sleeping pigeon. Find a point of pressure for your hands or for your third eye center, and slow down your breath. One more breath here. Press into your palms to come back to that active half pigeon. Send your back leg, that's your right leg right now, out to the side. So from the front, the sole of your left foot presses against your thigh. Inhale your arms up like you're holding onto that trapeze, and then pivot over your bent leg. Inhale, fill up, straight spine. Exhale, really slowly, one vertebra at a time, making your way down. And you can bend your knee if you need to. Bending that knee gives you the connection of your third eye center and your knee. If this is really accessible for you and you want to feel more of a stretch, you can take whatever it is that you're using, like books or coffee cups, and put those in front of your foot so you can get a little bit lower. Stay down, but take an inhale to fill up with your heart, and then exhale to plunge back forward. Inhale, rise back up to center, strong spine. Relax your left hand down behind you. Inhale, stargazer pose. Your right leg is long, and then send your right arm up and back. So from the side, my back is totally pointed down to my mat. Shift forward slightly so your shoulder is stacked over your wrist. That foundation will set you up to get a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, release it down. Send your front leg back behind you. Inhale, through your leg down, dog kick. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna just do a couple counter bends. We're gonna make our way into our final rest. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel through to a seat. Bring your legs out in front of you. Press into the soles of your feet. Slowly lower down to your back. And if you are listening to music, feel free to change your playlist to reach a song that makes you feel soothed I'm going to slow down your breath. We'll take 2 sets of bridge. First set of bridge here, scoot your heels up as close as you can to your glutes. You can tickle your heels with your hands. And then inhale, bridge pose, just lift your hips. Nailed it. There's a slight balance here. Once you find your height, press into your heels. Press into your pinky side edge. And then lift your hips up a little bit more so you feel tension in between your quads, like you're squeezing a basketball there. Inhale. Exhale, release, lower down. Second set of bridge. You're more than welcome just to stay right here, maybe with a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. You can also take broken bridge when you knock your knees to touch. Now, if wheel pose is in your practice, that's a pose you can take too. Whatever it is, whether it's bridge or wheel, go ahead and lift up. For those of you going into wheel, come onto your head first, please, and then lift onto your hands. And if wheel is comfy, try lifting up one leg, lifting up the other, coming down to your forearms. And we'll make our way down into Supta Baddha Konasana, hand on our belly, hand on our heart. Take your longest, deepest inhale. Take your longest, deepest exhale. Slowly bring your legs together, close them like a book. Taking a gentle supine twist for our spine. Pull both of your knees into center. And then exhale, drop both of your knees over to the right. Think about grounding down through your left shoulder. And then grounding down a little bit more into your right shoulder. It's not so much about your knees touching here, rather it's about those connections in your shoulders. In doing so, you're getting that tourniquet effect in your spine. Stretch out long through your fingertips. Turn your gaze over to your left. Inhale back to center. Then exhale, gentle supine twist, opposite side. Drop your knees. Press down your left shoulder first, and then rotate the flesh of your back up and around so you can get both of your shoulders down. One of your knees might float, and that's fine. It's more about getting both of your shoulders down here. Go long through your fingertips. You can hit your cat, hiding under the couch with your opposite hand. Last breath. Inhale your knees back to center. Exhale, full wind removing pose. Hug yourself. Pull your third eye center into your knees. Point your toes. Make everything tight and small. Take a big inhale. Thank yourself for coming. Getting here is the hardest part. Inhale. Exhale, final Shavasana, corpse pose. Send your body out long. Time here is fleeting. Make the most out of it. Relax the space in between your brows, your third eye center. Relax your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your breath. Let it be natural. As you stay here and breathe, other thoughts might enter your mind. That's okay. It's normal. You're human. Just be mindful of how full your mind is. So if something else drifts into your thoughts, acknowledge that thought on your inhale. I see you. And on your exhale, just let it fall away. To honor your time and your schedule. If you are ready to move on, I'm going to wake you up, but if you'd rather stay in Shavasana, please do. You deserve this time. In the grand scheme of things, on day 50, whatever we're on, if you stay here for a couple extra minutes, it's okay. Begin to slowly, slowly move out your fingertips. Slowly move out your wrists. Slowly wiggle out your toes and your ankles. And then deepen your breath. Let your breath be what wakes you up and pulls you back into this space. And as you breathe here, turn your focus to that little soft spot in between your inhales and your exhales. It's that fleeting pause, that moment where you're neither breathing in nor out, and just that decadent feeling of having finished a breath. See if you can find that pose, that pause, that moment in between your inhale and your exhale, and savor it. This is a great meditation to come back to different parts of your day. For my students, sometimes in class, in the elementary setting, I'll tell them to focus on their favorite color. And as you inhale, that color is getting more vibrant, more vivid. At that little pause at the top of your inhale, that color is at its peak. And then exhale, let it fade. As you breathe, reach your arms up high overhead and find a big early morning stretch. Then exhale, fetal pose, pull your knees into your chest, rock onto your right or left side. Use your bottom bicep as a pillow. Another chance just to stay here for as long as you'd like. I think this pose is so very important. It's that transition in between on the mat to off the mat. Notice the changes in your body, changes in your breath. When the time is right for you, slowly come on up to a seat. Tall, comfortable seat, mirroring the one that we took at the beginning of class. Let your eyes come closed for just one last moment. Bring your hands somewhere where you feel grounded. Palms can face up or palms can face down. We always close out our practice the same way we started it, as it honors each other, honors our strong bodies. And it's pretty cool to think about people all over the States, all over different time zones, all breathing in and out at the same time, despite this quarantine. It links us together. Take a long, deep inhale. And a slow, open mouth exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up high overhead. And then exhale your hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra last time. Inhale your thumbs to your third eye center, your seat of love and intuition. Then bow forward to each other, to your strong bodies, to yourself. Namaste. You did it. We did the yoga together.
Laura, thank you so much. I don't want to say much of anything else. You did it all. So we are so incredibly appreciative of you and of everyone on the call. I hope you enjoyed our yoga session today. If you'd like to revisit it, we will have it recorded and available on our website early next week. And just be well and breathe and take time for yourself. It's a very difficult thing to do right now. So CFE continues to be here for you today and all of the days to come. And we are just so thankful for everything you've done and continue to do. Reach out to us if you need anything. And Laura, again, thank you so much for being here. We are thrilled to have had you.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Happy
Bye.
weekends.
Thanks, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you.